morning. Welcome to our Let's Talk About Food Safety Culture session today. My name is Felicia. I'm a certified food scientist and an SQF consultant. I specialize in food safety plan development and also process design improvements and optimization for food manufacturers. I help coach towards compliance for GFSI programs such as SQF and FSS programs. I have worked in multiple food categories as well. Just a little bit of that. One of our core things that we are looking forward is to optimize food safety and branding along with ROI. And what that means is providing that customers and regulatory compliance while keeping that process improvement to optimize your ROI. And we know food safety recalls are very, very costly. So we are building towards preventative plan to prevent that. Fantastic. Let's get started. Today's agenda will look at the reason for non-compliance, what is food safety culture, the importance of food safety culture, and who drives food safety culture. We'll also look at a little bit on the food safety culture pyramid, and then we'll open up for any Q&A that anyone may have during this webinar. Fantastic. Some of the statistics that we have for foodborne illnesses. There are two main factors that you can see here that contributes to a lot of food safety illness. That is personal hygiene, poor personal hygiene, and improper holding. So everyone will be thinking like, why is that an issue and why is there non-compliance? Well, let's look at a couple reasons why there are non-compliance. So first of all, there are a couple of theories. One of it is optimistic bias. So that means you're thinking that it will not happen. And 99% it will not happen. But what happens if that 1% happens, right? So it will not happen to me. I will not get caught. So basically, you're trying to make sure. Apologies for that. Illusion of control. So nothing can go wrong. So I know what I'm doing. Cognitive resonance means you know something's wrong, but you also know the reasons. So you know how to fix it, but you know why. Attitudinal ambivalence goes with something that there's something else that's more important. My boss work is more important. My manager's assignments are more important than the food safety issues. And the bottom line of all, a lot of people are thinking, this is not my responsibility. Today, we're going to work that a little bit to build that food safety culture into a place. All right. So a little bit of definitions of food safety culture. You can think of it as food safety culture can be defined as what do people do when no one is watching. So Frank Yanas in his book quoted that food safety culture can be real as how and what the employees in a company or the organization thinks about food safety. The importance of food safety culture. There are many importance of food safety culture. Helps build integrity, embeds the company values into the food safety world. So it brings together people in a broader sense of world. And also proactively protect consumer health and branding. It helps also to enhance employee engagement, build leadership from top to bottom, and provide a safe food safety management system. Now, I like to focus a little bit on what it means for food safety professionals, right? So a lot of time, food safety professionals, this is what happened and what we feel. We feel overwhelmed. There's so many tasks on our desk. And the second thing of all, you also are busy firefighting. Hey, there's problem here. There's a problem here. You are never really at your desk. Having that food safety culture actually allows you to get rid of this and go into this. You can sleep better. Peacefulness. It's very, very important for all food safety professionals because the better sleep you get, the better state you are, the better you can help the company to improve their food safety programs and customer relationship. Right? So who create culture? This is a very important question, and I really like this quote by Edgar Schein in 1992, way before this GFSI requirements for food safety culture. So he said that organizational culture are created by leaders, and that leadership does create it, it manages it, and also contributes to destruction of culture. So if you're not managing the culture, the good culture that you're creating, eventually you lead to a destruction of culture and building of the other part of the other culture that you do not want. You want to make sure that your leaders are aware of this. And the next slide we'll look at the drivers for cultures building. So the drivers for food safety culture, 4% are senior management team. And a lot of times, senior management teams are very busy. They're less involved in the day-to-day operational. So having them involved in and knowing what's going on and get their support in terms of launching programs of food safety uh, effort will be really helpful. 23% comes from board of governance. So you see the top 77% are top management in the board. Only 15% in comes from the staff and 8% come from the customers, right? And let's look at the food safety culture pyramid. The food safety culture pyramid highlights three items: people, hazard and risk awareness, and values and mission consistency and adaptability. And what that means for people, it means commitment, employee commitment, and engagement. How committed you build the culture for the employees to tell you when things goes wrong, and are they aware to do the right procedure? It's also communications and teamwork, trust and relationship, and empowerment. So you want to make sure that you're building that trust and relationship so they're comfortable to tell you when things goes wrong, when they see any opportunities for improvement, and also empowerment. Empowerment for them to raise their hand, say something is wrong, but also empowerment for them to tell you that, hey, I think there's something wrong without judgment. I think it's very, very important that we do not judge what they're telling us rather than rather we will find out if that's the truth and how gather that and providing that feedback for them so that they can also know what's going on with the facility. Okay, hazard and risk awareness. So making sure they are also aware of what to look for. So our basic food safety fundamental hazards, biological, chemical, and physical. So making sure that our employees are trained well in handling and identifying biological, chemical, and physical hazards. Making sure they are always learning about their process, making sure the trainings are performed for employees so that they know what to expect and know what not to expect so that they can flag their hands and say this is not right or this is totally right. We've been doing this awesome. And also encouraging that behavior change when you want to incorporate a new procedures or change of procedures. Know that working alongside with the employees is really, really helpful to address any challenges that they may have due to technical issues because of the changes of the program. Okay, well, the total management commitment. So it's top value. So it's the value and missions of the organization, making sure it's consistently being delivered and presented to the team, and making sure that also that we adapt to the current changes of um, the organizations, the structure of the customers, and so on and so forth. All right. And how do you demonstrate during GFSI audit? So a lot of times we look at management commitment statement, but that's just a paper, but it allows you to dedicate your commitments to it. It will talk about resources. It will talk about who is responsible, how the company is gonna support food safety culture. And very, very important for us is your aura. So how your company and how your food safety management system really do have a voice and it speaks for itself. And during the GFSI audit, you get the auditors to interact with your employees. From the answer interaction, you know if the employees know what they're doing and what to do when things goes wrong. Looking through the facility conditions and making sure that the documents and everything else are in place. You be able to see throughout the track records and also interviews, multiple observations of how the food safety culture is being performed at the facility. All right. So set the food safety culture right, watch it grow, and watch it eliminates repeated non-compliance. That's the intention of having a good food safety culture. Be happy to take any questions if there's any questions. If there's no questions, we'll just move on. So there's a strategy called sessions that you can book with us. It's totally free for 20 minutes and it helps you to build that strategy and plan how you're going to move forward. Strategy call is not a sales call. So we would love to help you building your strategy to move forward. And that's the only intention of this strategy call. If we can be helpful to you, please let us know. Happy to hear from you. Thank you so much. And this is our contact information if you need them.